gonna get transferred out to children's.
Oh, is it decided?
Yeah.
Oh.
When is he getting transferred?
We're gonna wait. They're gonna have to set up a transport and everything.
Okay.
To drive him.
Hey, it's currently 4:11 a.m. We've been here since 8:50, so we've been here for around 7 hours. Here's my cousin, Joshua, and he's really strong. I don't really see him like being hurt too much, so this is my first experience of witnessing him go through such pain. And when I heard that he was being injected with morphine along with Zofran, this is obviously serious. He was diagnosed with appendicitis, which causes inflammation in the appendix filled with pus, and that's why he has pain in his lower right abdominal. And the current situation is that he's also hooked to antibiotics, and he has to go through surgery. And yeah, the biggest concern at the moment is finances, but this is a life or death situation, because if it does burst, then it could cause infection, and that's not a situation we want to be in. I'm really glad I guess because he's in early appendicitis and he's not experiencing the symptoms such as vomiting and fever. So you're still like holding up really well. How are you doing? You gonna say anything?
Be careful what you eat.
Yeah. We still don't know the exact cause of appendicitis. There's a myriad of factors, but we're not thinking too much about finances because this is an investment against like health. So no matter the outcome, I'm really just glad that we have the opportunity to even, receive such treatment. But yeah, just wanted to keep an update. We're planning on being transferred using an ambulance to a nearby children's hospital because he's still a minor. And yeah, that's all. Hey, so I just arrived at St. Joseph's Children's Hospital. My cousin Josh got transferred here because he's a minor and they have to go through a surgery process called the appendectomy. And I'm very worried because I heard it was an open surgical, which could be really, really painful. And I haven't seen him ever be sick, so for him to go through this, it's really heartbreaking. But he's really, really strong. Another thing that I'm just super concerned about is because he doesn't have insurance. I signed up for, I think, Medicare, so hopefully that will help out. But we'll see. I started searching online. I saw ranges from 10,000 to 100,000. I saw this veteran who was uninsured paying for 2 surgeries at costing at around $80,000. So I'm learning a lot about the U.S. healthcare system through this experience, and how it's so important, to have your basic needs met. But yeah, right now I'm very sleep deprived. I have to look for the emergency room. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. Hey, checkup. I arrived at the emergency room of Children's Hospital of Orange County, and my cousin's lying right in front of me. Do you want to say hi?
Hello.
How are you feeling?
Hi.
Yeah, he's banned from drinking or eating basic human rights because he is probably going to have surgery. Which is pretty insane to think about. This is all happening like very rapidly. But for the better. we're just waiting for the surgeon. We're going to be talking about the finances as well as what alternatives there are. Because we were also planning about possibly getting the surgery done in South Korea. But yeah, these are some of the choices that we're kind of going through. It's a crazy experience. We didn't expect it to be this bad, but also we're kind of glad that it didn't get worse, such as, the rupture and infection actually happening. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get some rest because I'm sleep deprived, and my cousin also needs some rest as well. I'll check back in a little bit. It's currently 8:40 a.m. Did we get some sleep? Did you?
Like
We tried?
30 minutes maybe.
Yeah. I was trying to get some sleep. We're currently in the second floor. This is where the surgery or operations is done. We have not met with the surgeons yet, but yeah, it takes a very long process. We're learning a lot. But yeah, this is his bed he's gonna be resting on, and I have a little chair that I could hopefully try to rest my eyes upon. Alright, I'll update in a little bit. Alright, so it's currently 10:38 a.m. and the radiologist came back re-watching the CT scan and assessing the situation. And it turns out my cousin does not have appendicitis, and he is currently eating some animal crackers for testing of the discharge. But it brings me a sense of relief that he doesn't have to go through surgery. And how are you feeling?
Relieved and tired.
Yeah, it's been a crazy process for both of us, so really grateful, and I'm looking forward to now just getting out of this institution. We are finally leaving this hospital at 11:13 a.m. Alright, so we're finally out, and man, this was definitely an important learning experience for both of us. And it's so important to be skeptical and aware of different alternatives. So the first thing I'd like to take note is that we still don't know what the cause is, or we don't have a solution. He received morphine and Zofran, and that was it. We still don't know exactly what's going on, and they pretty much instilled us fear, and they solved it by themselves, because all they did was have a different radiologist look at the CT scan and give a different perspective. And this whole process took around 15 hours, 16 hours, 15. Yeah, so we're 15 hours in. So much efficiency and transparency that would have made this a lot better and quicker. Hey, so it's currently around, it's 3:46 and we have arrived safely at home. Whoop whoop. Joshua is currently safe, and I wanted to review what we learned from our experiences and kind of share our experience. So let's talk about your health at the moment. We don't know exactly what the cause is or what the treatment really is.
Not really. They didn't prescribe anything. They just discharged us. Yeah.
Over the 15 hours that we were inside the hospital, I would estimate that, and this is an overestimate, that we had around 20 to 30 minutes in total to talk to
Any of the physicians
or even the surgeons.
Yeah.
Which is pretty absurd. I found that there was a lot of inefficiencies, especially within the processes. Do you want to kind of talk about the processes of?
Yeah, there's felt like there was a lot of unnecessary tests, like one that didn't even really provide us important information, but was done just because it's the basics. And I understand that it's maybe the hospital protocol, but it's still like from a patient standpoint, it felt really inefficient
Right.
and unnecessary.
Yeah. The only, I guess, two tests that I thought was really helpful was the CT test for sure, because it showed that there was a lot of kind of poop inside the intestine, and that revealed that we possibly had what was appendicitis, but that was deemed not to be true once reviewed by another radiologist. But aside from that, we also had the blood pressure checked up, and that was also really important information because we realized Josh had a higher than average blood pressure, which could be related to a myriad of factors, including genes or just eating diet. But yeah, with this experience, we still don't know what the cause is, or we don't really know how to treat it, I guess, like permanently to go away. So how are you feeling, like pain-wise?
I mean, right now it's better, but it might come back later, so I just hope it doesn't.
Yeah. And how was what are some kind of like challenges that you felt? Because it felt so long, didn't it? This
Yeah,
15
like
hours?
most of the time we were just like waiting and just sleeping, because like all of it was just waiting for the test to come back, and the doctors were apparently so busy that they couldn't even just come and talk to us about the status.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just like 90% just sleeping.
Yeah, we were really overwhelmed by what the procedure was, mainly because we were uninsured. Like, we know that hospitals, the healthcare cost, it's extremely high, and through research we've found out that it truly is. But without knowing the number, we were very skeptical about even taking the CT, but we deemed it was quite necessary because we kind of initiated the process. Might as well kind of push through and try to get something out of it. So that was a really important issue. But even the fact that they believed that we had appendicitis, but it was deemed not to be true, we pretty much wasted a lot.
Yeah, I mean, up to that first CT, I think it was like a moderate process, like, because we were able to identify like a possible threat. But like the fact that they just like initiated the transport to a children's hospital just because like the possible threat without like double checking it with other radiologists is kind of absurd. Because like if they're not gonna like take care of the consequences of their like possible misdiagnosis, then we're gonna have to pay for it.
Yeah,
like,
we have to incur the cost.
Yeah.
And we still don't know the final amount. We have to wait around 1 to 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks to see how much damage has actually been incurred. Do you want to talk about the ambulance situation?
Why, like, apparently once they took the CT and like told me that I might have appendicitis, they like strapped me a IV thingy.
They went gung-ho and they went full on. We gotta get you out of here. We're gonna call an ambulance. And I had to drive my way all the way over there, and it was crazy. It was crazy that they wouldn't allow us that I could like be beside him at all time, or for me to like even just drive there alongside him. Like they I don't know why. It was I'm pretty sure it was the IV, they hooked it up. I don't know, just another reason, I feel like. But the lack of transparency and ambiguity of it all definitely made this process really hard for us, and just inefficiencies within the hierarchy. It's so hard for us to communicate with who we really want to talk to, and obviously we respect their work and they have so many other clients and patients that they need to work with, but I feel like if they were more respectful of our time, this would have been like a much less stressful and calming experience, because this was the first time that I've kind of gone through this as like a caretaker with the whole hospital situation. But I'm so grateful that we didn't have to do surgery.
Yeah.
Because I can't even imagine. We would still be in the hospital. And what would be like the key takeaway that you've kind of learned?
I mean, first of all, like, research where you go, because like I went to the St. Jude's, and they sent me to the Children's Hospital, which was like an extra 5 hours at least.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, always have insurance if you can, because like that can really save your life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It really does seem like a luxury, though, huh?
that's true.
Because I had a chat with someone who was supported by government aid because he had family connections, but to those who don't have the information, like we pretty much were walking in with a lack of information. I knew that he had to be treated and we had to go to a hospital because it was going to take way too long, and we just went in with zero knowledge. We kind of like learned and used reasoning, just being aware, making sure we're asking the right questions, and really being skeptical of what tests we're going to be taking, because it really adds up, especially for uninsured people. And I mean, there are definitely government benefits that are offered, but how much to an extent? You know, I doubt that it's going to cover the full cost unless you're really in poverty lines. You're really kind of screwed in if you're kind of in middle income, I guess. So make sure you always do your research and make sure your basic needs are met, you know, and that I feel like healthcare is like one of those basic costs, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, like we should be really grateful though to even being like escaping
Yeah.
the system, and
True.
I'm really happy, and I hope this never ever happens again. Like this was such an important experience for us, and
Mhm.
reminder for why we gotta take care of our mental and physical health.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, and
Yeah. Stay safe, everyone.
yeah, stay safe. Peace.